I had a question about the kit that I kind of take out when I do sort of primitive camping, hiking. So I'll just quickly go over it. Everything on here has pretty much been, tried, tested. It's all here for a reason. There's nothing here that looks pretty or to make it look tactical, schmectical. I'm not into that crap. These bags that come with MOLLE are really handy. You can put a lot of stuff onto them. I see so many people have MOLLE and they don't use it. I think it's just because they buy it for the cool factor, but if you're not going to use it, just get a regular pack. These are just cheap knee pads. You can get at any gardening center or get whatever suits you. I just like them because they're super light. They don't have like any hard plastic shell on them. They just foam, enough to protect your knees and to keep them dry, particularly here in Washington State. These tent pegs, I carry 8 of them. The twisty ones are good because they actually hold themselves within the MOLLE versus the smoother ones which just kind of pop right out. But I use that to build a shelter if necessary. This is an 8x10 top. I just bring along some extra water bottles. These things you can pick up like a dime a dozen at your St. Vincent de Paul's. They always seem to be things people throw away. I just put some paint on them for a laugh. These actually work quite well because you can hold them under the compression strap on the bag, and I just use some of these cheap S-Beaners, and you can just clip you can just take the string on and off as necessary, so that's not a problem. These bungee cords I use are just to basically be able to give me the ability to carry more cargo on top per se, and I just run that from the carry strap on the bag itself. And what I have here is actually a hammock chair, but you can use it as a small ground sheet, a light little blanket if you needed to. Inside here is just a fleece beanie, and inside this bag is my but I'll remember it in a minute, won't I? Okay, let me go back to that. Poncho, that's what's in there. The knife I carry, this is just coming back to the MOLLE again. Most of these new sort of like bushcraft, sort of tactical schmactical knives have strapping on the back that accommodate MOLLE. Now you could put this MOLLE straight onto the bag itself, but then it kind of restricts you being able to get in and out of these front pouches. So what you can buy are these K-bar adapters. You can find them on most places. It just works with a Velcro flap. Now this you can actually put they're designed to carry a regular K-bar knife in its sheath leather or the new plastic versions. But all I've done here is I've just kind of MacGyvered it and put the MOLLE strapping through it, and it carries this knife well. If I need to get into any of these pouches or whatever, it's a quick release. I can clear this sheath from the bag and get to it. The knife concerned here is just this is on an Ontario. The steel is 5160. It's a really nice knife. This is a Gen 2 SP50. The handle is great ergonomics. You can pound away with this thing all day and you don't wind up getting blisters or hurting yourself. So that just fits nicely into there. I always put something bright on so that if you'd had to drop the knife, at least you'd be able to find it just with a wrist strap. Little flashlight which fits nicely onto the MOLLE. That's just there. What else have we got on here? These are just spare clips which you can put other straps underneath it if you wanted to strap some additional whatever's on there. Inside the bag, what have we got inside the bag? These bungee cords are really great if like you go on a hike and you get too hot and you want to take your jacket off or something, you can just chuck it on top. I've been doing a bit of bundu bashing today, so I've got a bit of crap on you. Let's see. You know, inside the bag are the usual, like there's a first aid kit and, you know, whatever else you feel you need to take out. I'm not here to try and teach people anything about that. Take what you want. If you need 10,000 Mars bars, load your bag, have fun. This is my primary sort of cooking thing, and I found that something... I used to have the traditional canteen that fitted onto the plastic bottle, the military version, but this is a much better storage shape. This is just cheap Stanley stuff you can get from Walmart, and so there's nothing wrong with it. You don't have to go and buy just because some bushcraft wizard has his name on it, you know, you have to go and pay like triple the price for it. And yeah, so it's got the plastic cup in there, the main container itself, and then this is something you just buy separately, but that's more than enough to keep a, you know, a basic meal on the go, no problems. And that little split ring that I've got in there is something you just change out, because this originally comes with like a little plastic thing which is just going to melt once you get cooking stuff. What else is there? Yeah, I'd say my bag, I've got like my friend calls it my trick-or-treat bag, because it's got all my like sort of food and stuff that I carry around. Yeah, there's all sort of little bits and pieces I feel that I need and I've brought with me, but you know, over time when you get to sort of figure out what you need and what's superfluous, and so there's nothing in my bag that is sort of there that has no place or potential use somewhere down the road. So, but yeah, that's pretty simple. This bag was only about $40. Once again, I didn't go and splurge. It's got obviously a 2-litre water bladder in it. Alright, so yeah, that's pretty much what I lug around, and so you can just fine tune it to your needs and you should be golden.